What's going on, y'all? The Brandon Brownson here with another episode of Theory Addict. So, I was digging around the old interwebs, and I stumbled across a really cool but pretty basic Powerpuff Girls theory. I decided to take the theory and seriously rewrite it, and that's what I'll be reading for you guys today. Keep in mind that, while I do add to the theory is not originally mine. I stumbled across it on the Creepypasta Wikia page, and, as I said, I gave it a serious overhaul, link in the description. A few other things to keep in mind. First of all, I do not believe this theory, and neither should you. I'm sharing this with you to be entertaining, not informative. Lastly, let's try and keep the comment section civil. As I say in every episode of Theory Addict, basically just don't be a dick and you'll be fine. With that said, let's jump right into it. We all know the story of the Powerpuff Girls. Three girls, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup, were created by the professor, and, after accidentally adding a strange chemical known as Chemical X to the concoction that was used to create the girls, the three girls developed amazing superpowers which they used to fight crime. The premise of the show is innocent enough, but, as I'm sure you could guess, some theorists have come to their own conclusions about the natures of the show. The professor was obviously their father, but he wasn't a scientist. In fact, he was a pharmacist who was addicted to prescription medication which he got from the pharmacy that he worked at. This caused him to be quite the abusive prick, both physically and verbally, which caused the mother to leave the professor. As a way from escaping their grim reality, the three girls would pretend to be superheroes. Of course, it doesn't stop there. Nearly every single character in the Powerpuff Girls' adventures were based on someone they knew in real life. Mojo Jojo was the girls' older brother, who moved away from home as soon as he got the chance. Mojo made quite the scene when he left, so the professor brainwashed the girls into thinking that he was pure evil. Similarly, him was the girls' homosexual uncle. Much like Mojo, the professor had convinced the girls that him was evil due to the professor's extreme homophobia. I'm a Good Lady, the girl who the professor was dating in the episode Mommy Theorist, was the professor's new wife. Ima had charmed the professor into doing whatever she wanted and had him convinced that she was nothing short of a saint. But when the professor wasn't around, she often abused the girls. She would commit robbery in order to support her very expensive tastes, since the family wasn't very well off financially. In a rare moment of humanity, the professor would divorce Ima after walking in on her beating the girls after they had caught on to her thieving ways and threatened to turn her in. Speaking of family, the mayor was actually the girls' grandfather. The mayor was quite well off financially, but he refused to give the professor any money due to his addiction. However, he would often give the girls gifts, and he would always play along with their superhero games. Miss Bellum was the mayor's trophy wife, and she played along with the superhero game as well. Miss Keene, as well as all of the students, are obviously based on the girls' kindergarten class. Stepping away from family and friends, almost all of the villains in the series were based on people the girls knew in real life. For example, Princess Morbucks was a spoiled rich girl in the girls' class who would often bully the three for being poor. Fuzzy Lumpkins was little more than a creepy neighbor who would harass the girls, but was basically harmless. You know, other than scaring the girls shitless and annoying the professor. The Gang Green Gang was a group of local teenage troublemakers who knew of the girls' situation and felt sorry for them. When the girls would catch them doing graffiti or otherwise breaking the rules, the teens would let the girls beat them in mock fights, hint hint wink wink. Rainbow the Clown was a character on TV who legitimately scared the ever-beloved piss out of the girls, as was the Boogeyman. The only character that wasn't based upon somebody who the girls knew in person or had seen on television was the Rowdy Rough Boys. The Rowdy Rough Boys represented the anger that the girls had at their father, at the kids who would bully them, and at the world as a whole. Their battles against the Rowdy Rough Boys were their way of fighting to keep their anger suppressed. Well folks, that about does it for this episode of Theory Addict. Now before I go, I want to remind you not to be a dick in the comments, and I also want to plug a couple of things. First of all, I'd like for you all to go check out the YouTube page Chameleon Couch. Chameleon Couch is a channel that me and my good friend Austin started, and a huge part of the channel requires audience participation, so check the channel out. Also, I'd like to remind you to go join the Chameleon Couch Productions page on Facebook. The Chameleon Couch Productions page on Facebook is the easiest way to see all of my videos as soon as they're uploaded, since we all know that the YouTube sub box kinda sucks balls. And it's also a place where other incredible YouTubers share their work, and where a lot of awesome nerdy discussion happens. You can find both of these, as well as links to all of my channels, links to some of my really cool friends' channels, and links to all of my social media sites down there in the crotch bar. With all of that said, that about does it for this episode of Theory Addict. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, the Brandon Brownson, signing out.